Hello, my name is Marcus Bronzy.
And I'm Kay Kurd.
This is Ain't Got a Clue.
This is a show where we answer quiz questions that you don't know the answer to. But we don't just give you the answer. We give you some banter around it, give you some information about it, so you remember it rather than just hear the answer and go, oh, okay, cool, and then forget about it. Because you want to know this when the quiz comes around.
Yeah. I tried watching University Challenge the other day.
Can't do it.
I've never felt so inadequate in my life.
But here's my thing, right? Okay, they're all like questions about philosophers and this, that, the other, and physics and cool. All right, but what about if there's a question? What was the first single on Jay-Z's second album?
I wouldn't be surprised if they knew. I feel like these guys know everything.
I don't think they'll know that. Or if you go. On Kanye West Through the Wire on the College Dropout album, what song was sampled? What we class as intelligence is very biased. Why do I have to know about Mozart and Bach and them guys?
He said Bach like it was spelled B-A-R-K as well. And Bach.
B-A-C-H, innit? Bach to Bach. Why do I have to know about those guys? But if I know who was like the winner of Fame Academy, that's not intelligence. It was David Snedden, for your information.
Was it really? Did you? That's amazing. I'm impressed. I wouldn't know that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know that.
Him and Lamar co-wrote like a lullaby.
Really?
Oh, that I'm hoping for. Sing her a lullaby. Sing her to sleep. Come on, man. You lot don't remember that.
But yeah, man. All right, should we jump into it then today?
So today's question, Marcus, do you know what year was Marmite invented?
Ain't got a clue.
Like what, you don't even want to guess around it? Nothing?
Is it older than... I feel like it's definitely got older than 30 years. That my guess would probably be something older than 30 years. That's as far as I'm willing to dedicate myself right now.
Do you know what? With Marmite, it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Because it's used as like a turn of phrase, innit? Like love it or hate it. People love it or hate it, and it's become like a way you describe people, right? Like he's a bit like Marmite.
Yes. Okay. What do you think of James? You know James in the office just started the other day. What do you think of him?
He's all right, isn't he? He's fine.
He seems all right on the surface level, but once you get to know him a bit more, a bit like Marmite.
It's weird, isn't it? Like because no others. There's nothing else I can think of that's been like marketed like that. Like you're either going to hate this or you're going to love it.
I think
it's quite
fabulous.
bold. It's quite bold because you go,
fabulous.
You're going to have a strong opinion about this either way.
Yeah. What other product is like that? Every other product says we're great, we're the best. No product feels like it gives you the choice. You're not going to think I'm okay. You're going to love me. You're going to hate me. I like it, man.
Yeah.
Good marketing play.
Yeah. But I also think like other products probably just made their thing well enough where they thought this would just be useful to everyone.
You're going to love it or love it.
Whereas Marmite was like, oh God, like,
yeah.
Do you know what? Let's just trick people. What do you mean? Like, yeah, just whatever, man. Just like, say you're either going to love it or hate it. It's crap. Let's just get everybody to love it. Anyway.
You got to admit though, Marmite does look very interesting. It doesn't look how it tastes, should I say. It looks like a sweet, flavoursome treat.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it on record here.
Yeah.
I've never tried Marmite. I've legit never tried Marmite. I just looked at I was like a black tub or a black jar, sorry, and I just looked, I was like, no, not feeling it, never. Okay,
cool. So what do you guess Marmite tastes like then? What would be your guess?
Well, I feel like it's salty.
You definitely got salty in there, yeah?
I feel like it would probably be salty or something. And I'm just like...
It's really... I'm going to say this, and it's not going to sound attractive at all, because it's not... It is very salty, and it's yeasty. You can taste the yeast in it.
Okay.
It's very yeasty flavour, and it's like nothing... It's Marmite-y. I feel like it's like nothing else. It's like the taste of Coca-Cola. Like, what is the taste of Coca-Cola? It's Coke, innit? Marmite is Marmite-y. But it's not very... It's very salty and very yeasty. That's all I can say. Mainly salt with bit of yeast. Salty yeast. Yeast salt with bit of yeast. Mainly salt. Yeast salt.
You done?
Yep.
But it's one of those things as well, though. Like, because what is your favorite spread?
Before we say that, I just want to say I have tried Marmite, so I do, obviously, because I know the flavor, and I do love it. I'm a Marmite lover.
You love it.
I am a lover, so I feel like on a blustery cold day during the winter, I'll come home, put a big slice of toast in the toaster, let it cook up, slather butter all over it, and then I just put a little wink of Marmite on, swirl that on, and then I cut it in half, and enjoy its deliciousness. It's nice like that. Little bit of Marmite. I'm not a big Marmite spreader.
I mean, that sounded more like you were making love to it rather than, whatever. But
well, that comes afterwards. But but yeah, my favourite spread.
So that's why the jar's like that.
Why does your Marmite look like that, bro? What have you done to the jar?
Why is there a hole in it? Anyway.
Yeah, so my favourite spreads, I'm a Biscoff lover. So Biscoff is this caramel flavoured biscuit, right, in the UK. And I had forgotten about Biscoff for a long time, Kay. I came across the Biscoff
had a resurgence,
biscuit.
hasn't it?
Bro, I don't know what's happened because I don't want to say I set the trend, yeah? But just before this resurgence,
yeah.
I came across the Biscoff biscuit again and like snapped about it on Instagram. Was like, this is amazing. Yeah. People were like, you've just found the biscuits, bro. You want to try the cheesecake that they serve at Pizza Express. You want to try this, that. And one thing that someone recommended to me was the Biscoff spread, which comes in 2 varieties. Yeah.
Bro, can we just like... When did everybody just get... I feel like there's these things that happen, right? I feel like the kid that bunked off school the day there was a school trip.
Yeah.
Like, because anytime something like this happens, like overnight, I'm just like, why didn't I get the memo? Suddenly they've got cheesecakes and stuff. I had no idea.
I don't know where it came from, bro. It just came out of absolutely nowhere. But I will tell you, Kay, like, it's a flavour that is, I know we're going to talk about Marmite on today's, but bruv, like Biscoff spread comes in so many varieties. And I think because I put it out there on social media, people always hit me up with like, there's a new Biscoff flavoured donut from Krispy Kreme. There's a Biscoff dessert here. Somebody's discovered if you mix this ice cream and whatever, it tastes like Biscoff. Just everyone's gone crazy for it.
Like, I try and stay away from this stuff just because I'm trying to be healthy. So
yeah. Before we move on, can I tell you how I enjoy some Biscoff though, bro?
How?
And I'll just put on a Righteous Brothers Unchained Melody in the background, get a fresh tub out, peel the foil, it's got foil on the top, peel the foil off. You can't leave a bit of foil on because when you're spooning out the Biscoff, it will like accidentally hit the sides of the foil and then you waste the Biscoff, so get that off. And then I take a spoon of Biscoff Crunchy because that's the one I like, and I look at it.
Oh, you use a spoon, not a knife?
Oh yes. I'm not playing around, bro. Take the spoon out, look at it. And I turn the spoon over so the Biscoff is upside down and the silver of the spoon's upwards. And I put it in my mouth.
It seems like food's quite a sexual experience for you.
It's the most joy I'm having during lockdown, if I'm honest. Do you think I've just put all of my energy into food? Kay's like, what did you have for dinner last night? I had hot dogs, bro.
Bum chicka wow wow, bum chicka wow wow.
Yeah, man. I do. I like to masticate. That's what can I say? I'm a masticator.
Masticator.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, do you know what? One thing I will say about Marmite is right. Mm-hmm. I just reason I find it a bit weird is it's one of them things where it doesn't. It's one of those spreads where it doesn't have a combo to it. Do you see where I'm coming from? Like you got tuna mayo.
Yep.
Like tuna and mayo, they're boys, double acts.
They've been rolling together for years.
Yeah,
I feel like biblical times, before mayo existed, there was still a mayo something that they had.
The commissioner's like, hey tuna, you're with mayo. I don't want to be with mayo. Why are you sticking me with mayo? Listen, he's a good guy. You can really do things with him. I see a budding partnership for me. I don't want him, Commissioner. He's white. What's race got to do with it? All of that sort of stuff, right? And then you got peanut butter and jam, or as Americans like to say, peanut butter jelly. In a fight, they're not beating tuna mayo.
No, tuna and mayo have gone school together.
Tuna mayo comes in a tin, bro. So if tuna, it just when it headbutt, it's like they're ready, like headbutt.
If tuna and mayo were like cops, what would peanut butter and jelly be then?
Peanut butter. I feel like peanut butter and jelly would be like hairstylists. Yeah, you're going to have to be with jelly today. Shut up, I cannot. They started up a salon, and it's like it's like a reality TV show, and it's like they're coming to me. Well, first of all, I had a problem with Jelly to begin with because Jelly wanted to go a different direction with the salon. Dun, dun, dun. So like, Jelly walks in like, why are you doing this to me?
Yeah. Why are you looking at me like that, peanut butter? You're not even smooth. Look at you. You're all bitty.
Oh, why are you so crunchy today?
You're so crunchy. Ugh.
You're so crunchy today. Well, look, at least I'm not raspberries. Those so far are top two.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is like mustard on hot dogs or like ketchup on... But they're not really spreads, are they?
Bread, I guess it
What
comes
about
in a tub.
Nutella?
Oh, I'm a big Nutella fan.
So
or
what
in
does
America, as
Nutella
they
go
call it,
for?
Nutella.
What does Nutella go on?
Nutella... I have had. I come from like a family where we eat weird combos of stuff, so I have got some weird combos in the bag. But Nutella,
You know,
is
rice
nice
and pea.
chicken and rice, chicken and stew. Yeah, Nutella's a bit of an interesting one because it's chocolatey. I guess you can get away with kind of like having it with like, you know, bananas and Nutella and stuff like that. People have done stuff like that on toast, but I'm a bit of a. Speaking of weird combos, I got a confession to make, TK, and I just like, you know, I know we've just started this pod and I don't want to like drop a deal breaker on you, bruv, but I may have tried Marmite with something else before.
What have you tried it with?
My dad may have introduced me to peanut butter and Marmite on toast. Okay, no, bruv, please don't. I don't know. Okay, look, just hear me out, bruv. Hear me out, please, bruv.
Nah, bro.
Hear me out,
Because
okay?
you cheated on like.
Okay.
What about jelly, bruv? What about jam, bruv? What's the jam ever fucking done to you, bruv?
Look,
What has jam ever done to you, bruv?
It was a hard.
For you to do. Nah, like, I'm not having it, bruv. Like, peanut butter, yeah? And like, what? And so now peanut butter's just cheating
Okay,
on
there's-
jam. Now shut up for a minute, bruv, right, yeah? Peanut butter's just been chilling with jam for years, yeah? They've had a budding relationship. And now you're trying to bring the two together, bruv. What about the kids, bruv?
There was nothing else in the cupboard, bro. Nothing else.
And this is your dad telling you this stuff, yeah?
My dad just said, try it. And I liked it.
Wait, back to the love and hip hop kind of thing. Yeah, so this bitch peanut butter has come in with Marmite.
Yeah.
You either love him or hate him. And I very much hate him. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. I have had a weird combo, but you're right. Marmite is, apart from my weird fantasy, is something that is just stands alone. It's a solo roller. You get me?
Stands alone.
Stands alone. So yeah, man. Term of phrase like it's like Marmite. I like it. No, there is nothing. Is there anything else foodie that we say people are like? He's a bit lemon.
No, you don't go, he's a bit like...
Don't get a bit lemon. That's
he's
it.
a bit bitter.
Bit bitter. Okay, that's a whole flavour. All right.
Yeah, that's a flavour. Don't be a lemon. It's not really a... But to describe someone's character as a food.
Yeah, there isn't anything. Yeah, because there's the Cockney like, oh, don't get lemon. You get me? Don't get a bit lemon. Don't get a bit fresh around here, mate. You get me?
Is that Cockney?
I've heard Cockney say it to me. You getting a bit lemon, mate?
That doesn't rhyme with anything, though.
I don't fuck.
It has to rhyme.
Am I allowed to Google it? Can I? Because I don't. I'm not. You know, this ain't got a clue.
He's on Google, everybody.
Oh, lemon, Cockney, rhyming, slang. Lemon tart, smart. You getting a bit of lemon. There you go, apparently. Thanks, Google, for that. Yeah.
Well.
Anyway.
Right, do you want to know the answer?
Yes, please.
The answer is 1902.
1902.
Yeah.
So it's old. 1902.
Yeah, 1902. So Marmite was invented during the late 19th century when German scientist Justin van Liebig discovered that, I'm going to assume like Justin Liebig.
I think Liebig pronunciation sounds better. There's more room for me to enjoy that. Liebig.
Discovered that brewer's yeast could be concentrated, bottled, and eaten. Now, it bothers me that a scientist has invented this food. Like, how many foods are just invented by scientists?
As accident, by accident.
You know what I mean? Like, what kind of a scientist discovers Marmite? Like, there were certain scientists that discovered like penicillin by accident.
Yeah. Yeah. Whilst they were working on fungus and mold. So they were kind of messing with chemicals to see what would happen. I'm curious, was he a food scientist or not? He was a food scientist. Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
Well, no, I don't. I mean, what he says. Wait, let's actually check. Justin Liebig He was a German scientist who made major contributions to agricultural and biological chemistry and is considered one of the principal founders of organic chemistry.
Okay.
So hold on, he was a professor at the University of Gießen. Don't know how to pronounce that. A lot of German, I don't know. He devised a modern laboratory-oriented teaching method for such innovations. He is regarded as one of the greatest chemistry teachers of all time.
Okay.
And he's been described as the father of the fertilizer industry for his emphasis on nitrogen and trace minerals as essential plant nutrients and his formulation of the law of minimum, which is described as how plant growth relied on the scarcest nutrient resource rather than the total amount of resources available. Bruv, basically, this guy was a chemist, innit?
And he knew about plants. He knew how to make plants
Basically,
grow.
he worked at Boots, and then one day...
He was a farmer and a chemist.
On his break,
yeah.
he just was like, "Raw, what are we going to do with this extra yeast?"
Brewer's yeast.
Brewer's yeast, yeah. So he, it's a byproduct of beer brewing, and it's produced right now by the Anglo-Dutch company Unilever. It's most notably a source of vitamin B for vegans.
Fascinating. So
B12.
So he uses brewer's yeast, comes from the back end of making beer.
Yeah.
Does that mean during lockdown there were less people in 2020, mid 2020?
Bro, do you not remember? Do you not remember there was going to be a shortage of Marmite?
Yeah, because people weren't drinking beer from pubs, so pubs weren't buying the beer, so there was no leftover brewer's yeast. So Marmite couldn't make Marmite.
Yeah.
So there was going to be like this big shortage of Marmite.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that, like in a movie trailer, like
in a world where beer isn't being drunk, our favorite spread that you love or might not like that much, maybe even hate, Marmite is in short supply.
I don't think people would care that much, Mark.
Bruv, we just got emotional over peanut butter and Marmite. Don't bring that back.
I don't think people will care that much, bro. I don't just because you and your dad like a bit of Marmite, like. Don't bring the whole country into this, man.
Dave from West London.
I went to the shop to get Marmite. There was none left.
It's not going to be like a massive news story like when KFC ran out of chicken. I've just been to KFC. They've run out of chicken. It's ridiculous.
Do you know what's funny?
I've been to 2 KFCs today, and I went to the drive-thru, and I tried to get a boneless banquet, and apparently they've just got none left. Colonel Sanders, he should be ashamed of himself. 11 herbs and spices. What's the use of that when you can't get chicken to store? Exactly. Anyway, So anyway, during 1902, the Marmite Food Extract Company was formed in Burton upon Trent in Staffordshire, England.
Big up Staffordshire. Shout out to you. Shout out to you.
With Marmite as its main product, and the Burton site was the first factory. But by 1907, the product had become successful enough to warrant the construction of a second factory at Camberwell Green in London, South
London. Stand up. So you're saying your Marmite... So your Marmite either has a Staffordshire accent or a South London accent.
Yeah.
I'd love to know whether my Marmite came from South London or not.
South London. It's from South London. Jadon Sancho. Borussia Dortmund player.
Really?
Yeah. Professional footballer. He lived in Peckham, which is sort of near Camberwell. That's what they put here.
Okay.
Ben Watson, he's a professional footballer. Another one. He's lower leagues.
Is Bermondsey, is that close enough? Or is
John
that,
Bostock.
Is that a no?
No.
Okay.
We got Jeremy Bowen, the BBC war correspondent. Tammy Abraham, and lots of footballers.
Mate.
It's just full of footballers.
Is it all the Marmite that they were consuming that made them great, prolific sports players? Who knows?
I can't believe that would be the case. Thomas Brodie Sangster, an English actor known for playing Sam in Love Actually.
Oh, yeah, Sam from Love Actually. I know that guy.
Simon in Nanny McPhee and Ferb in Phineas. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know all of those.
He was in
roles.
Game of Thrones as well, apparently.
Didn't watch that.
He was Newt. No, sorry, he was Jojen Reed in Game of Thrones. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, so, there's not like really a lot of other people that you go, oh my God, yeah. I know them. Erin O'Connor. Do you know Erin O'Connor?
Erin O'Connor. No, what's she?
She's a bit like Mama.
Jog on, mate. Jog on.
Fashion model. Come on, mate.
Model.
Come on, mate. Yeah. By 1912, the discovery of vitamins was a boost for Marmite as it was a rich source of vitamin B12. So basically, during World War One, a lot of people used it, and it became popular because like it has vitamins in it, and soldiers were given it during World War One as part of their rations.
It was a staple food that they gave out to soldiers.
Yeah,
and created in the UK.
Yeah,
leftover beers.
And
okay,
then
cool.
and then the Germans. Imagine that we're beating you with your own invention, dickhead. Imagine in no man's land. What are you having? We're having Marmite. That is ours. That is ours.
They're looking at it, they're going, you know what? I love this stuff, bruv.
Do you love the salty texture of it?
Yeah, but you know
the
what?
yeastiness.
They used to be using
That
this
was
from
created by Justice von Libre.
I wonder how big Marmite is in Germany. I'd love to know if it's a
do you know what? In a lot of other countries, it isn't called Marmite. Like in Australia, it's called Vegemite.
Vegemite, okay.
Vegemite. In the 30s, Marmite was used by the English scientist Lucy Walls as a successful way to treat a form of anemia in mill workers in Bombay. That really should say Mumbai, actually.
Did they?
Can I just say,
Mumbai.
Guy, that should say Mumbai, not Bombay.
So
We're not living in colonial times anymore, okay? I will not have this.
So how did they cure it? Did they eat the Marmite, or did they just put a bit over a cup because it is quite thick?
She later identified folic acid as the active ingredient. Marmite was used to treat malnutrition by. So it basically, essentially, it was a folic acid within it.
Okay, so dare I say, is Marmite a bit of a superfood in terms of what it contains?
Yeah, I mean, it's mad because it was also used to treat malnutrition in Sri Lanka.
Mm-hmm.
And housewives were encouraged to spread Marmite thinly and to use it sparingly because of the limited rations of the product. And during 1990, when I was born, Marmite Limited, which had become a subsidiary of Bovril Limited, was bought by CPC International, which changed its name to Best Foods. Best Foods then merged with Unilever, and Marmite is now a trademark owned by Unilever. So there you go. There's a brief history of it.
So Marmite and Bovril were owned by the same person.
It was, mate.
Because Bovril's I've never really got my head around, because Bovril's always looked like Marmite, but they were like these tubs of Bovril that used to come out and people used to drink it, and they used to call it like a beef flavoured drink. But to me, I've never drank it. It smelt like Marmite. And I remember seeing also jars of Bovril, which looked just the same as Marmite jars as well.
Yeah.
So we're trying to say, for all these years, when people were buying Bovril and Marmite thinking they're two different products, it was actually just all subterfuge because they were both the same thing.
Incredible.
Crazy stuff, mate.
Incredible.
Crazy stuff, mate.
And yeah, so you're asking in other countries, yeah. So there are a number of similar products available in other countries.
Mm-hmm.
They're not directly connected to Marmite, the recipe or the brand, but there's an Australian one called Vegemite.
Vegemite?
Yeah, and Aussie Mite.
Yeah.
And other products include Ozmite, which is made by Dick Smith Foods, Cenovit, a Brazilian spread, Vitam R, a German spread, Cenovis, a Swiss spread, Vegex. Vegex. Where do you reckon that one's from?
Oh, that sounds so American. Bro.
It is.
That sounds like,
Do you like Vegemite? Do you like Marmite? How about 10 times the amount of mite in your veg? VegX, 10x your veg.
VegX, an unlicensed product available in the United States since 1930.
Side effects may include your head exploding if you eat too much.
Yeah. Do you like that? Have that Vegemite. Have that VegX. Yeah.
So yeah, it's got bags of vitamins in, bruv. So just to reiterate, it's got thiamine, riboflavin. I love that.
I love riboflavin. Is it
riboflavin?
I call it riboflavin.
Riboflavin, niacin, folic acid, and vitamin B12. But there's a lot of sodium in it.
A lot of salt. It's very salty.
Yeah.
So is that like the bit that doesn't make it as healthy?
I mean, it's caused concern, apparently. So do you want to know the actual, I'll show you the actual, nutritional guidelines. So,
okay, cool.
Per 100 grams.
So, okay, can I please? Don't ever try and consume 100 grams of Marmite at once. I just want to say.
Do you want to per 8 grams or per 100
Let's
grams?
do per 100. I like it.
Per 100 is 271 calories, right?
All right. Fucking hell.
But it's 39 grams of protein.
Wow, okay.
So if you want to go gym, if you want to bang gym.
I'd be really thirsty. If you want to have the thirstiest gym session ever.
If you want to go to gym and you can't afford protein shakes, which just bang 100 grams of 100 gram of Marmite.
Trying to say, get some milk and Marmite and put it in the blender and
39 grams of protein. That's more than any protein shake. Come on, man. Carbohydrates, 29 grams, and then only 0.6 of that is sugar. So you're going well.
Pretty low carb.
Fat is below 0.5.
Okay.
Fiber, 3.1 grams. Salt, a whopping 6.1 grams.
That's revolting.
Doing a madness. But to be fair, right, for an 8 gram serving, you get 2.3 grams of protein. So if you like, I mean, that's more than, well, no, it's not, but it's like just under, like for an egg, you get 6 grams of protein per egg. So that's like 2.3. Look, you can tell I've been going gym in it. Yeah, so obviously that's 2.3. So if you have a bit.
But so that means though, so really as a spread, it packs a lot of flavor. So if you do like the Marmite and you put a little bit on your little bread or whatever, it's a lot of flavor, quite a bit of salt, but it's better than trying to put a bit of peanut butter, I figure, if you're trying to keep the calories down.
I think so.
Okay, cool.
I think so.
Okay, would you ever be interested if we got all of the flavors of Mite from all over the world in trying them and tasting them?
Yeah, we could do. I mean, there's some in Canada.
Yeah, okay. What's the Canadian one?
Well, there was a bit of a controversy around it. In 2014, the Canadian Food Inspection Agency was noted in a Canadian Broadcasting Corporation story as preparing to stop the sale of Marmite, as well as Vegemite and Ovaltine in Canada, because they were enriched with vitamins and minerals which were not listed by Canadian food regulations.
I got a lot of respect for Canada. I feel like if they have a problem with something, it's a legit problem. I feel like, and I don't want to like malign America, but American food has a lot of stuff in it that we find out about it being dangerous after the fact. Yeah, but when Canada pull you up on stuff,
like meat, they put like pink slime in it.
All that, all the kind of stuff that they do, all the kind of treatment with food and the all sorts. There's loads we can get into, but I feel like in Canada, if they've got a problem with something, I want to know more about what they have a problem, because they're usually like the first to call up people on stuff.
Let me give you another fact, right? Do you like cheese?
I love cheese.
How much do you love cheese?
It's probably one of my favorite treats, because I'm not dairy intolerant. I just want to say I don't get on with dairy. There's a notable difference.
Okay.
When I have cheese, but I'd love a bit of cheese on toast. I'd like a bit of cheese on a burger sometimes.
So South Africa, South Africa brew, we produce a bottled, long-life Marmite flavoured cheese spread.
Ooh.
Yeah, like a house it, yeah. So it's extremely popular. It's light in texture and it contains a hint of Marmite, making it more palatable to Marmite novices. So if you're not like really feeling Marmite in the same way, like you probably like the English or like fucking Marcus here, if you're not fucking feeling Marmite like that and you want to be like eased into it, you know what I mean? Like you want to just be like sort of like pushed into it like really slowly, you know what I mean? Like we give you the Marmite flavored cheese spread, and then you have that, and then gradually you move on to the big jar of the black stuff, and you love it. I can see it in your eyes. You love it.
Wow.
And also, right, a major dairy producer in South Africa manufactures a fresh full cream cheese spread flavored with Marmite.
Okay.
And it's also immensely popular in South African baking corners. It's a sweet and savoury tea cake that's topped with a hint of Marmite butter and grated cheese.
Now, I would immediately say, ew, right? However, I've noticed throughout my life, if there's something that exists as a product, somebody likes it. So I would be willing to try a cupcake with Marmite and cheese on it. But, Kay, be honest with you, it would be a hard one. Because I've had cheesecake, but cheese on a cupcake with Marmite, I'd try it. I think it might not work. Would you be up for that as well?
No.
Because I've produced a dozen. 1 second, Kate. I've got, as a surprise for you, here's some I made earlier.
Look at this Blue Peter presenter.
I've got some. Okay, we'll bin them. Before I tell you whether I've learnt the information or not, do you remember the Marmite advert, which had that, was it a hot chocolate song? That dun 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 dun, and it was like Marmite.
I don't.
Marmite.
I love that song, but I don't remember that.
Let's get it.
Marmite, now available at all stores.
Marmite.
Have you ever been for a voiceover where they're like, right, no, sorry, you've missed a drop. Can you just come in again earlier? Just play that again. So, right, Kay, can you just come in? Kay, can you just come in about two or 3 seconds in, all right? As the beat comes in. Marmite, your favorite yeasty spread. What year was Marmite invented?
1902 is the year that Marmite was invented.
Rap by Justice von Liebig.
By Justice von Liebig. That's not how you say it, but I think that
Justice
sounds so
von
cool.
Liebig.
Liebig. You've helped me to understand that Marmite is one heck of a food. Like, it's got a very interesting history.
Brew, it's got
Something-
so much. You
it's
love it.
German, right? It would have a German accent back in the day. Then I could be eating some from South London as well. So Marmite could have a South London accent.
Camberwell.
Camberwell, yeah.
Come on.
Home of very number of footballers that are doing quite well and a lot of people on the television.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm quite impressed with it as a food, man.
So that's the end of another episode.
Yep, that's the end of this episode. Don't forget, if you cannot wait until next week's ep and fancy more Ain't Got a Clue, all you got to do is sign up on Patreon, where for a few bob, you can get yourself a whole extra episode exclusively for you, just patrons, every single time we drop one on our public feed as well.
Extra content.
Extra content. You can find that. We'll put a link to it in the show description, all right?
Lovely.
On the socials, where can they find us, Kate?
It's Marcus Bronzy, MarcusBronzy. If you don't know how to spell Bronzy yet, what are you doing with your life? Were you even listening at school? And you can find mine at KAEKURD. That's on everything. You can find me on every social media platform bar the nerdy ones.
What's a nerdy one?
Reddit.
Okay, bye.